sounds perfect, but when you're completing the final season of the biggest television show in history with extra production time to make it perfect, their words, not mine, maybe be a little bit more careful. Now, I'm not an editing or production professional, obviously. I make free videos on a free website as a hobby. But with the amount of time, money, and energy invested in the final season of Game of Thrones, there were some production errors that should have been caught. So this video, I want to talk about 5 continuity errors that were in Season 8. Which, let's start with number 1. Where's Dany? So, people are still a bit upset about Dany's twist with her turning mad and just slaughtering everyone. However, we're not here to discuss that, whether you like or dislike that twist or don't actually believe it was a twist at all. Instead, let's look at why during certain scenes with Drogon burning King's Landing, Dany just disappears.
You see, I see you here on Drogon's back, but then there's some shots where you're definitely not on his back anymore, and that's a bit weird.
So yeah, the CGI special effects people forgot to add Dany on Drogon's back in certain parts of her attack on King's Landing. Honestly, I don't know how they forgot to insert Dany on Drogon because they already had to insert him with special effects into the scene. So why wouldn't they think, okay, we also have to add her? Although my headcanon is Dany was actually knocked off Drogon at the beginning and she was knocked unconscious, and Drogon kind of fed into her loneliness and anger over everything that's happened since she got to the Seven Kingdoms, and he just went ballistic without her on his back, which is not canon, but in my head, it totally is. Let's move on to number 2, the landscape of King's Landing. Okay, the landscape of King's Landing was very different in Season 8 than it was in any other season.
Alright, so Catelyn arrives at King's Landing in Season 1. Maybe she just went through a different entrance that had more trees. That's easy to just dismiss. Oh no. Dany's army was at King's Landing last season and it wasn't a desert? Oh. Someone messed up. Oh, wait, we have those overhead shots of King's Landing before Season 8? D&D. Why? I defended you for years. Fuck.
I know consistency is hard, but where'd all those trees go? I know they built a lot of anti-dragon weapons, so maybe they chopped down a lot of trees. That's fair. But D&D? Where did the mountains go? Number 3, Dany's hair. It was actually kind of weird when mid-conversation with Jon with their arrival at Winterfell, Dany's hairstyle just completely changes. I wonder who was in charge of remembering what hairstyle Dany had for each scene, or if it was just decided on a whim that day, except for when her hair was all crazy post losing Missandei. Number 4, Westeros now has plastic water bottles. So during the Dragon Pit scene, when the lords and ladies were gathered for the trial of Tyrion and Jon, and they decided to pick a king, we saw a plastic water bottle. That invention is huge, and I cannot wait to see mass production in Westeros. It's gonna change everything. Finally, number 5, you knew it was gonna be on this list. I'm so sorry. The Starbucks cup at the Winterfell feast following the short night. Thankfully, Hopefully they already digitally fixed it, and I'm sure they'll digitally fix the rest, to be honest. So there you go, 5 continuity errors in Season 8. Honestly, it could have been worse. So if you noticed any other errors in Season 8, let me know in the comment section down below. And don't say the writing in general. That's a smart-ass remark, and I do not appreciate it.